I'm going to do a nighttime garden update for you here. So, this is sweet potato or yams. So is that. In between here, there is a squash plant that's been surviving. Over here, the red potatoes died on me, and so I put all of my acorn squash starts in there, and some of them had a hard time and others are now thriving. So I'm looking forward to that because I like acorn squash. The rest of the squash I'm just letting decompose in there, and it'll probably sprout eventually. That's fine with me. Now, got strawberries. Look at that. I didn't even know those ones were on there. Perfect. Look at that. It's perfectly ripe. What a better surprise than that. I knew there were some up here. They're having a rough time, it looks like. A little. But at least I'm getting some second round of strawberries. And blackberries. Beautiful blackberries. There's some bunches. As we move along, I'm super excited about this. I actually waited to eat them just to show you all. That one's almost ripe. Some more in here. There's one that's almost ripe. But as we move over, here's my little currant jackpot. A couple of ripe there. I've harvested about 5 in the last couple of days is all. But got some more here. Oh yeah. A couple there, and then there'll be more ripe soon. 3 on that one. 2 there. 4, 5 there. Oh, so excited. Oh, 4 there and 3 there. Awesome. That's more than I realized. And pretty soon, oh, a couple more there. Yeah. And then soon there'll be all of those. A whole bunch of them. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's one almost ready right back there too. And they're really big. Some of these are 1.5 inches at least. So that's the end of the, yeah, this one's a raspberry. That's the end of the blackberries. And my raspberries here. They're getting so big they're leaning over. Look at that. Yeah. I have to put some twine up and keep them standing up. They're getting really big. But they're not fruiting right now. And these are my heritage raspberries. When they have the little tiny berries, and it looks like they might have some new growth and hopefully fruit again. They're tart, they're yummy, but not very big at all. There's the comfrey, and it is at least 6 feet across, if not 8 feet across, I'd say. And it just laid over for the second round. And right here, I've got a volunteer squash plant. It's all the way over there. It's down here. It's over here. And I'm okay with it being a volunteer because it's already fruiting. So happy about that. these great flowers. And look at this guy here. Yeah, so he is 7 inches long, about 4 inches in diameter already. That's just perfect. There's another over there. And here's another over here. I'm going to clear these weeds out, because you see there's only 3-4 inch opening down there that all of these weeds are coming out of. And what they choked out, which I've talked about before, are my garlic. But I've got plenty of garlic to eat now. I just need to get the rest of the weeds out, and then I can harvest that comfortably, because this will come up real easy. I've got there's some burble leftovers there that I didn't get to. Looks like, yeah, hopefully that'll grow. But I've harvested burble from this one. But I'm really excited about this volunteer squash, because it just happened. Oh, look at that. They're having a heyday there. That's terrible. But when you don't use pesticides in your garden, that's something you deal with. Well, anyways, I'm excited about this squash because it's come from squash that I had planted previously, but I didn't realize it was going to be exactly right there where I left that opening that it came up. So that worked out great. Now over beside the comfrey, I've got my cantaloupe, and I love cantaloupe, and training it up here so it doesn't fall all over and take up a whole lot of ground. See that spider in there? Yeah. But at least it's fruiting. There's one. Looks like I lost that one. I had a few more. Let's see if we can find another. There's another. Yeah. And where else? I think it was that one I lost that I showed you already. There's another right there. So there are a few. It'll be enough to eat for sure. There's one back there. See it? Right there. Yeah. Awesome. Alright. Come over on this side. Weeds over here. But sorry, when the screen goes dark it's because I'm slapping a mosquito on my arm. Onions are doing fine. That one came out. It's no good. It's mostly eaten. This one's not growing. Those two. But I can make a little more room here. Harvest some and leave room for the others to grow bigger. See here. Take those three out, let this one here grow. Those are plenty big enough to eat. And get to get rid of a slug. So Those will go in tomorrow's eggs probably. Let's see, now then, that one there that they were squishing right there hasn't really grown big. It can grow bigger. So that's how I harvest my onions, just real slow, you know, as we eat them. Did the same thing with that one. It was smaller, and so I harvested the ones around it, and it is now bigger than they were. So, oh, got a worm there. We'll let him stay out here. We like those. So I still have those 2 rows of onions. That's probably plenty for some time. So again, yellow onions on that row. Right next to it are the purple onions. I have to transplant these, but I've been watering them with the rest. But for the size, how slow they're growing, I think they're probably root bound because of the size of the pot. Got basil here, and I think that's the same issue. It's recovered from sitting outside and changing the climate it's used to, so I think putting it in the ground will allow it to grow big now. Got my parsley here, 3 plants, and so you see there's the base of one, here's the base of the other, and this one just barely recovered from its transplant, even though it's been quite a while. And got some garlic here, onion, green onion, and mint. And I am going to harvest this mint. It's starting to go to seed here, but I'm going to harvest it real quick so that I can dry it and include it in herbal teas. I've got these beautiful bell peppers. They're gorgeous. They're 6 or 7 inches long. That one's more like 5 or 6. They're still green. These ones are supposed to be Big Bertha sweet bells. If you can see that, let's see. And I had one that I harvested over here at these Cubanelle sweet peppers, and here's a couple more in the center there. Let's see, and there on the back behind it that are growing. That's the biggest one. The one that I harvested was about 7 inches long. I've got my wall O cucumber. So it's about 10 feet wide, and it's now reached the top, and I'm guiding it sideways. So I may need more space for it to climb horizontally, because it's taken up the full of the vertical. And my biggest cucumber so far is this one here. It's about 4 inches long, maybe to 5, I'd say, at the little tiny tip, but this was skinny and it's filling out now, and just holding off on harvesting it. It's probably ready anytime, but I was hoping it'd be bigger. But that's alright. Ooh, look at that fella. Just hanging out being fuzzy. Gotta watch out for stuff like that. The other day he totally blends in there. The other day I was just moving around the raspberries, and this bee swooped down and stung me. Quick and sneaky like. Another cucumber. Those little red bugs, aphids. From what I remember, they are. That one there. I don't like them in general. Bugs. There we go. Especially not on my plants. But again, if I don't use insecticide, I guess that's just something I get to deal with. So we eat a lot of cucumber, and we've never had enough in the time that it grows, and so that's why I planted a bunch of cucumber this year, and just wanted to hope that it was enough. And I think that once it starts maturing that it will be, but we're definitely I don't think there'll ever be an excess for us, so we'll just always eat whatever our garden produces for sure. That's wrapped around. When I've got two hands, I'm going to unwrap that so that I don't have to break either plant here. But it's got my tomato plant. Now let's see. Can I? These things are sneaky. One thing I like about vining plants is they're so cool and resourceful and strong. And I mean, that's really resilient. Look at that. In order to stay up, it grabbed that tomato. Anyways, I'm going to get that one. I've got two hands. But you can see this tomato here. I've got one there. And I thinned these out, took the suckers off, but I'm leaving these main bits. So I'll take like that. You know, I'll take that off. Take this off. So that's all. But that same plant here, see, here's another sucker. That's where they grow. That's where you want to get them when they're small as they can. Tomatoes, tomato, tomato, tomato. Oh, they smell so good. There's a bunch growing right on that point there. Flowering here. Here's one that I'll transplant, a sucker, because I'll show you in a bit. So here are more tomatoes. Excited. There's flowers there. A couple tomatoes over there. Here's a few more. Here's another plant. They're coming up. That's what this one's from. So you can see here, I'll separate this a little better. So that's all one plant separately. Here, this one's one plant going that way. And then that plant has three right at the base. And off of these, when I pulled their big suckers off, they were huge. And all of these that are planted there, that whole row, are from the suckers. And they're not taking very well. And a day later I decided to shove these in case they would take. And apparently I had some other seeds in my little mix there, because I'm getting a sprout squash, which I'm gonna allow to grow and enjoy that. But I might give that sprout to my brother since it's already in a pot. But some of these look better than others. Some of them look like they might make it. Well, this one looks like it's taken root. Got some good leaves on there. Hopefully it'll find a way to sprout out some new growth and go upward. But some of them look like they're having a harder time. Like that one. Got a couple of, looks like some healthy leaves on it. Over here, that are doing, not doing great, but they're doing. This one looks like it's probably won't make it. But hey, I'll know if it all dries up or sprouts anew. So this one looks like it's getting a sucker right there. Look at that. There's a sucker right at the base. I'll come clip these later. And that is the one that I'm gonna let really go to town and grow, because it's the closest to the bottom, and then it will be the closest to the roots, and all this extra will just die off and get clipped. And then I'll trellis that one up when I get my trellis in. I'm hoping for that. That's exactly what I want. That's what I'm hoping for on all of these. And so we'll see if they give me what I want, so that we can have a better production. This one's doing it. That is amazing. That's right at the base. There's grass coming up right next to it. But look at that little sucker on its way up from underneath, which is great because this one looks pretty helpless. So that one too, right there. Awesome. Move these so you can see better. There you go. Look at that. That's perfect. So then I'll be able to clip the rest of the plant once that really takes off, and it will be healthy and strong. This one too. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. I know we'll have more tomatoes for the family. We had a lot of tomatoes also. So that's most of the garden this year. And grab these. We'll walk across the yard. I'll show you the last of it. And we've arrived at the mint. Look at this. That mint is huge. It's just tremendous. Add a few little garlic. There's their tiny little burbles. And this mint. Oh, look at that. I almost grabbed that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Right there. Still working.